to my talk series English with Purpose. I'm Vera, or the Mindful English Language Coach, and I empower professionals to find their unique and confident voice in English. The idea of English with Purpose talks was with me for a long time, and I finally am here. The goal is to ignite conversation around the fact that English can be a connector or a tool that can help us express our views and our thoughts and our ideas with the rest of the world. And part of the goal for this talk is that I want to release the pressure of perfection for professionals where English isn't the native language. Ready for an interesting conversation? Follow me. Okay, hi everyone. Today I have with me Ines. I said that right?
Yes, perfect.
Yes, cool. Before I let her introduce herself, I just want to say that I met her on social media a while ago and we stayed in touch. And I like the way she tells the stories or she communicates with social media, and also I like what she does. So before we have our talk, Ines, can you tell us a little bit about you?
Sure. So this is Ines. I'm originally from Argentina. I've lived in many different countries. I'm now based in Sweden. And specifically for this conversation, basically it's important that I say that I'm the creator of the Move with Intention method. And you can see it all in my Instagram account, Minimalista Moving. This is all about, and it may seem that it's like a home organization type of account, but it's more about really seeing what makes a difference in your life. So identifying those objects that makes that adds value in your life on a day-to-day, and that can shift over time and during different phases that we have in our life.
I just want to mention before pushing the recording button, we had some chat and you said it goes beyond organizing and it's more about being aware. And this is a common point between what you do and what I do, the awareness of building awareness of what we're doing. When I say to my students or my clients, you need to be aware of what you say or what words you use or what is your message. I think this is a common point for us. So I just want to ask you, why did you decide to use English as a language to promote your work and communicate to the world what you do?
It wasn't an easy decision, really, because yes, probably in Spanish it's easier for me, it's more natural, it's my first language. But then also during my life, I've lived in different places and I've always used English to communicate with people from everywhere.
Yeah.
And I found it that even my friends in Argentina or the ones that I met in Spain, they also speak English. So I thought, yeah, this is kind of the common language where I can communicate with all my people. So in the end, I decided, let's go for English, even if it's not perfect, even if I don't have all the vocabulary, even if I have all my words in my brain, but they don't always come out the way I want.
I hear that almost every day, that I don't have the right words, or I have to translate from my language to English. Maybe I don't make sense enough when I speak freely. Yeah, but the next step, what you do is exactly what I say. You just need to do it. And practice makes perfect in a way, but actually there is no perfect way. It's you to communicate. So it should be the way you say things, you do things. The other thing is, my question, I just thought about it and I did some research. Can minimalism be applied in language learning, and how do you think?
As I mentioned before, I mean, identify what adds value to your life, I think can be applied to everything, right? It's where we put our attention. So minimalism can help you in related to languages in the sense that you can create the environment to help you improve a language or learn it.
I know you're learning Swedish.
Yeah, for example.
So we have a really good example. It doesn't matter what language it is, as long as you create that environment. So for you, what kind of environment is best to learn the language?
One thing is, for example, when I organize the books, I make sure that if my interest at the time is learning Swedish, then I do keep some Swedish books or a dictionary. Or, for example, if I read to my children, I do read them in Spanish because I really want them to maintain their Spanish. But if they do select a book in Swedish, I say, hey, yes, let's practice together. So it's an awareness. It's the physical with the intention of learning a language, right? The physical item of a book. But also having less interruptions or less things to take care of.
I agree. Yes.
I mean, that's what helps you focus on the things that matter to you. So if I'm not busy organizing my bedroom or my wardrobe or the bathroom, cleaning anything in the house, I have more time to spend it outside with my neighbors, speaking in Swedish.
Practicing the language, right? Integrating.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, you put your intention, you decide how you live your life, and therefore choosing not to have other distractions. So you can.
What's your view on vocabulary? Are you a person that you learn by memorizing? Is it more what I need to learn and I have to use and then I learn?
Not really good at memorizing. It's more like when I hear a word many times, it's like, okay, I pick it up. It's like, okay, this word is coming up often. So I will try to incorporate it. But then probably the first 2 times I didn't hear it. I hear it at the 3rd time. It's like, okay, this is coming up. And I notice, the more I learn the language, the more I start noticing these new ones.
That's actually a clever way and a more of a mindful way. Instead of, okay, what's the vocabulary of the book of the day? I take pen, paper, and then write it down. Okay, now it's in my head, so I hope I use it. It's the other way around, and I like the approach. Then if we go in general to languages, are you a person that sees the value of speaking many languages, or you were pushed to the situation of I have to learn?
Oh, no.
Language lover or more of a
language lover?
Language lover, okay.
Oh, definitely. I mean, even if it's not perfect, it's so different. I mean, a person is so different when they speak their mother tongue than when they speak another one. So
what happens to you when you speak in English and when you speak in Spanish? What kind of personality do you take on?
I don't know the personality, but I know that I feel much more relaxed when I speak Spanish, and then I can make a joke easier or come up with an idea quicker. I'm more spontaneous. Maybe that's the word for it. In English, I have to think a little bit more. I'm more self-aware. Not as relaxed.
Is it down to practicing the language, to having it as a background around you every day, or it's more something more personal that you need to search for and find a way to help yourself?
I think it's the thoughts that I have around it. When I think, I mean, it doesn't matter. Now I have to think about the Swedish, and I think it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter if I make it wrong. I'm learning. And as long as I push myself, and it's not I shouldn't feel ashamed about it. It's like,
I agree.
Just go for it. I mean,
no shame.
If they don't understand, they will switch to English. Luckily, I mean, I have neighbors who also speak English. So I can go to that. but let's go for the first option, for the Swedish, and then let's see if they can, follow up. And
maybe the topic or the complexity of an issue, it's the same for me, because I live in Zurich. They speak Swiss German. It's a dialect. It's not just one dialect, but many, depending on where you're coming from. And for me, it's difficult to be aware of everyone's accent, let's say.
yes.
So I have a 5-year-old, let's say, capacity of Swiss German. And then when it gets complicated, I say, okay, or they say, let's speak in English. So I feel you. It's a matter of, I think, also cultural aspect, getting into the language. The humor, as you said, I cannot make a joke in Swiss German. No way. I mean, no.
Not yet.
Or I don't sound funny. The other thing is, what is the feeling when you communicate in English for, I don't know, for your Instagram account, for your business on social media? Do you take more time to write a post? Do you take more time to make a story or a video about what you do? Or is it more, as you said, let's do it, I don't care, with my mistakes?
Maybe in the beginning, but now I think it does take the same as it would in Spanish. The reasons for maybe redoing something is because I don't like the way I sound, but it could be the same in my language. Because we are so self-aware, because we are exposing ourselves out there. So it might be the image, it might be the voice, it might be the angle. It's like, I should have said that other thing instead of this one. So I think it's on a point that I would do the same thing in Spanish. We are so self-aware in general. I am at least
conscious. Yes. And I have to say, so many, I mean, not 100%, but so many of us don't like the way we sound, especially when you watch a video before publishing it, or a client of mine telling me, oh, I had to do this recording, a small exercise. And when I had to watch it back, I hated myself. I mean, it's different the way we hear ourselves and then watching back ourselves. It's okay, though.
It's easy to blame it on the English, and yes, I do it sometimes, but I think I would do the same in Spanish.
To wrap this up, this talk, I could go on and on. I thought if you could tell a story where you enjoyed speaking in English and how that helped you as a person.
Definitely when I'm surrounded by people from different countries. When we meet outside with strangers, but they are from anywhere, and I can use English and I can communicate well with them. Not perfect, but I can make a connection with someone that I couldn't otherwise.
Is this make you feel proud in a way?
Yes, it's proud, but also it's like an openness to the world, right? It's it's another window to,
I agree,
to people around us. Not everybody speaks the same language, and it's great. I mean, we should preserve our own language, but also we have this other language. It can be here, it can be Swedish, but it can be English, it can be another one. So it's great that we have the ability to learn another language and then make connections with others. And I really enjoyed that.
Thank you for being here with me today. I enjoyed very much what you had to say about awareness, making time for yourself, finding what you need for yourself, and also this open-mindedness. This I feel the same. Languages are the key to the world. I mean, if I could do one thing all day, would be learn languages to be able to communicate with the world. That's my wish.
That's a nice wish. That's great.
Thank you so much, Ines.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, Vera.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.